everyone and welcome to Percy's Park, the theme park themed after, well, me. Today here in Percy's Park we'll be adding another minigame. A minigame called Target Painters. I feel the title should be pretty self-explanatory, but basically you're gonna get a little paintball gun and we'll have a little area where we have targets going back and forth and you're supposed to shoot them to get points. Seems simple enough. Now of course the painters part implies that we'll have paint somewhere, so that will be fun. We'll get to figure out how to make paintball guns today. I'm excited! Whoosh. First things first, you may have noticed I've been looking at this area all throughout the intro. This is where we'll have our minigame, which means we'll need to clear out some stuff here. Let's have a look. That should do. I think that's good enough. Let's see if we can get rid of all these items. Apparently not. Maybe from here we can. Most of them. Let's start figuring out how to make this all work, shall we? Now here in Percy's Park, I've already got a whole bunch of stuff set up for detecting when we right click on something. For example, over here I've got the bubble wand, which of course detects when I right click. And so of course we're just going to leverage that system to work over here for us. There is no real point in inventing the wheel twice. Speaking of inventing the wheel twice, here in this ride called Fairy Planning Squad, if I can get in, we've already got a system. Oh, it's actually triggered because I was right-clicking this. Does this work? Oh, I'm not even properly detecting which item I'm using in this ride. You can use any carrot on a stick here. But as you can see, we're already figuring out how to shoot things. So we're just going to leverage this whole system, I guess. This is going to be a lot easier than I thought. And well, I wasn't really trying. All right, let's get to work. Whoosh. All right, I've just done a thing. I'm genuinely not sure if it's going to work. It doesn't work. Uh-oh, now it should work. Oh, okay, it is not at the right height, but it's doing something. You may also notice that it gets deleted after a little bit. That is because I don't want any rogue paint in the park right now. If I don't have it deleted, it will just go on forever, which is not good. I need to make this happen at my eyes though. But other than that, this is really good. Alright, so now that I can shoot, I want to be able to actually hit a target, for which I need a target, for which I went ahead and created a little custom model. This is the target. It's maybe better visible from first person like this. And in fact, I went ahead and created another one, which is white. The idea is we're shooting white paint here, and then when you hit this target, it turns white. I thought that was a funny detail and a good visual feedback to show that you've hit the thing. Also, I don't think I've mentioned this yet, but I want to have all of this work for all the 16 default Minecraft colors. So if we look at wool, I want all of these 16 colors in there. And so currently I'm only working with white. And then of course, once I have figured it all out and I know that everything works, I can implement it for all the other colors. Alright, so I've just created a target which should appear here. It's a little bit low, but that's alright, we can work with it for now. What I'd like to see happen is it turning white when I shoot it, which is interesting what just happened. This here tells me that it created the paint, the bullets, so to speak. This here tells me that the function that should turn this white triggered, but it didn't actually turn white. Which of course is an issue. Let's debug this. Does it work if I manually type it? It says it did something, but it didn't. Okay. This may not be the right command then. Alright, I think I got it. Once again, MC Stacker to the rescue. Yes, there we go. I don't know what I did wrong. I think I didn't include the item ID of Turtle's Cute. Alright, so if I've done everything correctly now, if I shoot it and it turns, there you go, it turns over, it falls over. I think that's really cool. And now they have the right pivot point and they also disappear when they reach the bottom. So they're gone. Now I'm kind of at the point of the process where I think it's a good idea to build a whole structure for this. Because having a structure in place is going to help us massively in figuring out exactly what the game mechanics are and how exactly to program everything. Oh, and we should probably also have custom models for the guns. I cannot help but feel that we just can't continue using a carrot on the stick to shoot paint. That's weird. Whoosh. So I did some building off camera. I'm not entirely done yet. It needs some artwork still, but the general thing is in place. Let's have a look. Ta-ta-ta-ta. So what I wanted here is I wanted it to blend in a little bit with everything else. I didn't want it to stand out too much. I wanted it to have the same feel as the rest here, of course. Up here where it's white, we're going to have the name and logo of Target Painters, the game, so that everybody knows what's in this building. Now what that is, I'll get to in a second. Over here first, This area is going to be an area with a how to play sort of thing. And of course, we're still in the progress of figuring out the how to play, so we haven't got anything here yet, but we'll do that also later. And then over here, this bright and white area, this is where you play the game. And this is where you get to choose which color you want. Which leads me to the guns. As you can see, I've already got a button at the white one, so let's have a look. When you press it, obviously you're going to get the shooter and you're going to use this to shoot. Now you will notice there are barrier blocks over here. That's to prevent people from getting in there. That won't be good. However, when people will be playing this, they'll be in adventure mode, and so you won't be able to see the hitboxes. So it's absolutely fine. It does mean that I'm having a little trouble getting in though. Now this over here is where the targets are going to be and where you'll be shooting them. As you can see, we have 4 rows where we are going to have the targets, and some rows will be going in that direction, some rows will be going in that direction. I'm thinking for the rows further in the back, we're going to make them score more points. Now you may be wondering why I made this entire room super bright white. There's a little feature that I thought was fun. And currently I've of course only implemented the white one, so you won't be able to see it, but give me a second. Now obviously it's going to be white for the white gun and green for the green gun, but just to show you, as you can see, these blocks, when the paint hits them, it turns the color, right? So basically, if you miss, this whole thing may just in the end look like, I don't know, a colorful mess. Alright, so I've changed it back to white now. So let's talk about over here. I made an area for lockers, as you can see. Already in the park we have a lot of merchandise items and they end up clogging up your inventory, which is really annoying. And for this over here, I kind of wanted to have 16 prizes that you can get. And of course 16 prizes is one for each of the colors. And of course if you get all of them, then your inventory is going to be clogged. So I figured we can have ender chests over here as lockers, give you a little more inventory space. You can put away the stuff that you don't really want to use in that moment. So there you go, a locker area as well. So now that we've got this and the shooter works, we don't really have the targets working yet. So let's go work on those targets now, shall we? And actually for this, let's just get rid of the barriers. It's annoying when I'm working on it. Whoosh. So I think I might have done it. I have genuinely not sure what's going to happen. As usual, let's go try it. If I click it, it should activate, which it does not. Okay, very good. This isn't working. Alright, let's see if it works now. It does not. Now I think it should work. Well, that was not what I had in mind. It made my gun disappear. Why did it do that? What? Alright, I made a typo. I made a little typo. Is this working now? It's still not working. Oh, it is working and I made a mistake. Oh no. Oh no. I didn't summon them at the right position and I don't know where they are now. Oh, it's even worse than I thought. They're going in the wrong direction. They are here. They're just going in the wrong direction. That's not good. And there were 280 of them. That's not good. Let's try that again, shall we? Where are they? What's going on? What in the... I genuinely don't know how this is working. Oh, that's working. Okay, there we go again. They should be slowed down significantly. Well, we know this is working now, so that's good. There's just a few too many of them, which is fine. Alright, so they're now at a better position. They're very difficult to hit, I'm noticing, but I think it's fine. It's fine. They now spawn randomly also, and they're a little bit better farther away from each other when they do. So I think this is actually surprisingly difficult, but it could just be that I should just make the paint a little bit faster. But other than that, from what I can tell, this is all working really well, so that's good. I think I'm gonna implement the others then. Alright, so I've been working on a bunch of stuff here. You can see and probably hear some changes. First of all, I added those flaps. I thought they were a nice detail. And of course, if you listen, you can hear a little ding sound when you hit a target. I thought that was a nice little detail. But also I've changed the numbers for how random all of this is. So you will see that these in the front are very, very common. These a little bit further are a little bit less common and they also go a little bit faster. And those are even less common, still go even faster, and those are the rarest, and you'll rarely, and they'll go really fast. Words. Anyway, it's kind of decision time right now. We have some decisions to make here. Initially, I was thinking you play this game for like 30 seconds and you just try to get as many points as you can in that time. However, this is an issue. It is super easy to just keep holding this and just get as many points. You get a lot of points. Look, I almost cleared everything here. It's not really good. I don't really like that. And I think the way that we can solve this is by making the paint that you get, the number of times that you can shoot this thing, we limit that, and that way you're gonna have to be a little more careful with how you spend your paint. Which means that I don't need to make a system that keeps track of how much paint is left in your shooter, and I need to figure out exactly how much I want to give players. Alright, that was surprisingly simple. Love it when things work with me. So as you can see on the right over there, I've got 50 paint left. That's what I'm starting with here. I might change that. I just wanted to test the system. I'm just going to spray a little bit over here, just so that I can show you what happens when we run out. There we are, almost. One last left. If I shoot it, it continues going and it resets me all the way when I'm done, which is nice. One thing is that I don't really want it as a scoreboard on the right over there. As far as I'm aware, that's a global scoreboard, meaning that everyone is going to see it, and I don't really want that. So what I was thinking is that what we can do is put it on the gun itself. Like as the name, you'll have this many left. Whoosh. Oh, I'm super happy with this. Look, 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 look. We get a shooter, which is apparently italic. I need to fix that, but look, when we shoot, it says how many we have left. Oh, this is cool. I'm so happy with this. This is nice. This is nice. Oh, and that was it. Look how cool that is. I'm really happy. Alright, so now I've got 3 things left that I need to do. First of all, I need to make sure that the name isn't italic. Second thing is I need to actually add a scoring system. And the third thing that I need to do is do everything again for all of the other colors. So that will be fun. Whoosh. Scoring system is now in place. If we start the game over here, you can see the things are starting to come and we can shoot. You can see the first row gets you 100 points. The second one, 250. See if we can get one for the third row. No, I missed it. Oh, I keep missing it. But the third row is 500 points. Can we get it? Yes, there in the bottom it says 500 points. And now let's see if we can get one on the fourth row. Ooh, that one is tricky. Ha! No, missed it. Okay. Well, on the fourth row, it is 1,000 points. Can I get it? Oh, I didn't get it. Okay, it's difficult. Now, the interesting thing is those 1,000 point ones, those are actually really, really important because there is a special prize that you get at the end if you reach 10,000 points. Now, I'm finding by playing that 10,000 is kind of difficult, but it is also very doable. It should take you only a couple practice runs to... Oh, got 3 of those in a row. I missed them all. It should really only take you a few practice runs to get there. It is doable, it really is. But it's really, really difficult, especially when you're talking over it and not really focusing on the game as much. Oh boy. I'm not gonna get it this time. There we go. There we go, that's 10,000. Alright, well that is a really good score. Now as you can see, a couple things happen. First of all, on my screen it tells me my points. It also tells me in the chat, which is consistent with all the other rides in the park where you get points. And what you also get is these boots. Now these boots of course you can wear all throughout the park and show all of your friends that you scored 10,000 points in here, which is a good achievement. It's a really good achievement. And now you see why I made the lockers earlier over there is because there are going to be 16 of them. You can collect 16 boots to show your friends, right? And so now for the scariest part that I've been procrastinating quite a bit, I need to basically copy what I did for all the white and then do it again for the other colors. And I've been procrastinating this because I'm going to copy and paste it and just change the names of the colors around. And the reason I'm procrastinating this is because if I've made one mistake with white and I need to fix it, I will need to fix it 16 times for all the other colors as well. So I really hope I didn't make any big mistakes. Whoosh. It is currently the next day in real life and a lot of stuff has happened. Let me walk you through it. For starters, as you can see, there is now a logo on top of the building. As I promised, I would put there. And I've got to say, I'm really, really happy with it. Also, you may notice I put some paint splatters all around the building. You might have seen those a bit earlier in the video, but now I'm actually mentioning it. I figure all of this just really sells the idea that we're doing something with paint inside this building. Speaking of inside this building, as you can see, there's a is quite the mess over here. First of all, I implemented all of the shooters, all 16 of them. They're all working and functional. And then of course I had to test them, make sure they all work. But something that had me excited was my sisters actually came over here in Percy Spark and we played a couple of rounds of target painters. We had an absolute blast together over here, and well, as you can see, they quite left their mark. One of my sisters, if you cannot tell, went ahead and just decided to paint everything here. Made a really cool pattern on the floor. One of the things I'm considering is, do I want to reset this occasionally, or should I just let it be? Let it be whatever. If you have any thoughts on that, let me know in the description. While my sisters were here, I did find one issue where the paint, as it flies through the air, wouldn't render. Or more accurately, it would only render for the nearest player. And so that was a fairly easy issue to fix. I just had to fix it 16 times, which is fine, Also, I'm doing pretty good right now for not having my HUD up. As I've been testing this, I've been getting over 10,000 points pretty consistently, which is something that I'm super happy about, of course, because it proves that it's very possible. It just requires a little bit of practice. And that's exactly what I wanted, because that's when you get the special prize, of course. All in all, I'm super happy with the way that this project turned out. Target Painters is just a really fun minigame. I hope that you've enjoyed it, and I hope to see you the next time. Bye-bye!